Guys, and I got 18.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our second day of the Direct Motocross After Hours, TransCan After Hours here, presented by FXR Moto. Billy Rainford, Greg Poisson. Greg, thanks for hanging out, buddy. How you doing?
Good. Tired. It's hot.
Tired. It's hot. It's we're going full spectrum here. It's like from pouring rain, thinking the week's ruined, to hot, sunny, dust, water. The water trucks are going to be coming out, and there's a fly on the lens. But all right, yeah. So it's Thursday. The day started out. We were on a hold. We had to wait till 10:30 to even get any motos going. So gave us a chance to get out and have some coffee, have some Old Rail coffee.
Yeah, we had Old Rail coffee. That was amazing. Shout out to Old Rail. And yeah, we got a little bit delayed, which was, I mean, not the end of the world. I mean, we're still racing now, which is, I mean, a little bit late for this. You know, it's 8 o'clock and you can still hear bikes going. Yeah, the late start was not a bad thing, as the track has gotten to be hard packed and dry in most sections, so it's very, very ruddy. Yeah, so it definitely full circled, and it's hot. It's like, I think, 40 degrees out in certain, like,
with the humidity.
Yeah, humidity. It's not so much the heat that'll kill you, it's the humidity.
Nailed it. But yeah, so we're going to talk about Greg's moto there, the 30 plus 30B coming up. So he'll be able to tell you all about kind of how the track shaped up and everything. But like I say, it was pouring rain. The track was a was a washout. I mean, the first motos, if you were watching our Instagram page, you saw just the mud. I was really trying to close in on faces. So I got tons of those mud shots. I mean, it's fun once in a while, you know what I mean, to show muddy races, but you don't want it happening all the time. But
no, it definitely seems to be a trend currently right now, and I think everyone is about over it. So it's luckily, you know, there doesn't seem to be any broken bikes or broken bodies, so that's a good thing, as the mud is a great equalizer. So that's
true.
Yeah.
But we got a good show tonight. We grabbed some people that we got. Sebastien Racine's going to come in. He's last year's bronze boot winner. We got Brodeur, who's just cleaning house in the ladies class, and also racing some 250 Pro races, right? So she's going to have some good stuff to talk about. And we've got Dylan Kaelin coming on, who is out there racing a CR500. So I mean, I'm just running around. There's a whole bunch of us old guys just giddy running back and forth in the fences when he's out there.
Yeah, I heard that thing start up. So when James brought up that it had electric start, I actually heard him start it. It sounds like I don't even know how, like an old Cadillac. It's not like a modern sounding electric start. Like, it sounds like it's like whoop whoop whoop.
Someone's spinning the propel props.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of interesting. Yeah, so it's good. I mean, Sebastian's been cleaning house, I think, in intermediate so far.
He had one off moto. He's had one off moto that's going to cost him a little bit, but
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, so that's opening the door. He actually fell. He was closing in and everything, but he fell. But obviously, we'll talk to him all about that. But so there's a good battle going for bronze boot, but I think I know who it's going to be. But
me.
It might be Greg. It may be Greg. You know, young TJ Scott's looking good.
Yeah, excellent. He was looking good. I did a little bit of commentating today on the Flow Sports app, and it's good to kind of see that, because it makes you focus on the racing, which is nice, because sometimes, you know, when you're here, you're talking to people, you're missing this, you're missing that. So it's good to actually get in and clue in and watch some racing. So I watched everything from plus 25. I watched 85, like all the way to youth, and a few different races. So youth, and yeah, so it was good. The track was, like I said, pretty gnarly in the morning, and it was funny. I heard from a few guys, like, the beginning, it was almost better to be one of the first motos because it was so sloppy. That's just what it was. And then, as Walton is known for having tacky dirt normally, you know, when it's been prepped and stuff, that track turned to be quite tacky and very, very sticky. And that's what I've noticed, and even in my motos, and how I forget how tacky this dirt is, and they're coming out some corners, and especially on a 450, your bike's kind of like, you know, launching out from underneath you. So it's really about being smooth and having your stuff dialed. You know, to do that. So yeah.
And we know if you're watching this from the southwest corner of Manitoba, you're saying, "Oh yeah, come to Morden on a mud day." Ooh, yeah.
Haven't been, but don't.
We're gonna give this one to Morden, but it's pretty bad here too. Trust us. But yeah, so like I say, we got some guests coming in. First guest is Sebastien Racine, is going to be coming in here in a few minutes. So that gives us a bit of time to talk about the actual racing. So the day did start off with the two-stroke in the mud, and it was a good race. We had, I mean, last night's guest, Sam Gaynor, out there on the, I was going to say Kajiva, on the Gas 125.
Yeah, friend of the show, as I like to call him.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, because Moff's not here, so he's a friend of the... Sam is the new friend of the show. Yeah, it seemed to kill it. I mean, I couldn't even tell it was him because they were just covered.
They took turns falling too. Those two guys. I'm sorry, him and Dylan Kaelin, who's going to be a guest tonight.
There we go. I mean, I think it's good omens to be on the show.
It is.
So that's good. Good to see that. And
by the way, I said it was two-stroke. He's not on the two-stroke 500 in this class. This was on a 125 out there on a
text from Seb, so I'm gonna message him and tell him. He says, "Where do I go?"
Oh,
so
it was clearly explained to his mom and him when I was over there. But Sebastien Racine, he's lost. He's circling around. If you see Sebastien out there circling, point him to the Honda barn over here, would you? But yeah, so I'll just mention that. So first off, it was Sam Gaynor ended up with a big lead on that one, ahead of Drew Roberts got second, and Dylan Kaelin came in third place there. Like I say, everybody was crashing. Dylan Kaelin was out front, then he came flying around. I don't know how to describe it. Kind of the old start straight, actually. Came along there and just was going through lappers. And if you left the main line back in those first motos, it was a nightmare. So he found that out quickly, and he hit pretty hard actually, but he was able to get up and finish in third place. So that was good for him, because it could have been definitely could have been a lot worse.
I'm just making sure Seb gets here. That's all. He just oh, he goes. He's outside now. So
good. So Sebastien Racine is out. We don't like to keep the talent waiting. So if he comes walking in here, the door's closed. Just come on in, Sebastien. So it'll be good. I don't know if you're used to seeing Sebastien Racine, but if you haven't seen him in a while, he's all grown up.
Yeah,
doesn't look like the same kid. Doesn't sound like the same kid either. So
nope.
It'll be good. Maybe hopefully his mom and dad come over too, and the little dog, because they're always good for a laugh.
Yep.
So we'll get to the second race was Open Junior got out there.
Yep.
And this is who I just alluded to. I think TJ Scott, Tanner Scott, is going to be tough to beat. In fact, I don't think he's going to be beaten. He hasn't lost a moto yet.
Yes, I mean that's a pretty good setup to win the bronze boot, I'd say. So that's
he's out there in all different kinds of colors of Husqvarnas.
Yeah, and different sizes and all that stuff.
I see
too,
a shadow. I see a shadow. Oh no, it's not him. I thought it was him wandering the building. Sorry.
Oh, here he is, right here.
Oh, there he is. Don't come through here, Sebastien. We'll let the flies in. Go through the door, sir. So anyway, we'll finish that. We'll come back to the racing results, but it was good battles out there, man. It was TJ Scott, then it was Hayden Jamieson, followed by a big gap back to Chase Miller. Now, a bunch of guys fell. I mean, TJ Scott even went down one there too. So it was kind of crazy stuff. Hey, Sebastien Racine, thank you very much for coming over.
You're welcome.
You're missing bingo.
What? No, I'm gonna go later.
Oh, he's
Man, a few words.
It's bingo tonight. Sorry, I wasn't sure. I didn't want to step on you there. I thought you were going to say something there, but
No, we're
I
good.
didn't mean to. We got number 212, Sebastien Racine. You may know him from such movies as the Pro Nationals, where he's like grabbing fifth places and things.
Yeah, ever since he showed up, he's been killing it. So that's something to say.
I'm gonna put my fancy little notepad down.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Why don't we should let this kid say something, shouldn't we?
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Okay, let's talk about your races, because I know you were kind of the kid to beat in all the intermediate classes, and Schoolboy 2, I guess you're racing today.
Yeah.
But you actually had an off race today.
Yeah, the first moto in the mud. I got a horrible start, and I got a good jump, and then I hit the tough blocks of the first corner, and then I fell back pretty far, pulling tear off, and then I fell 3 times. So.
You only fell 3 times.
Yeah, I
Jeez. I only fell twice. Who's this? No.
The bike was so heavy, it's just hard to bring it back up, but I got 4th, so still in the championship if we can, but we'll see.
Yeah. The ones you're in is going to be tough, because we talked about that earlier today, because Wyatt Kerr's going to be tough to get lower than second, so
Yeah.
he's going to be, you know what I mean? Like, you could beat him, but if he gets second out, the rest of them, it's going to be tough. But,
Yeah, he's been a solid second or a solid podium guy all year, so that's it's tough to beat consistency like that.
And you know, we keep talking about this too. You guys, like, before the opening ceremonies, you're off there, before you guys are chatting, like, you guys are buddies, right? Like,
Yeah.
You guys battle hard on the track, but off the track, you leave it on the track, right?
Yeah, I don't really like not having like people that you don't really like. I just like being buddies, and then when you go on the track, it's something else. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, so you'll bang bars for sure, right?
Yeah.
I want to ask you this too. You are obviously you get a bit of KTM factory support and stuff, because you're one of the guys they're kind of grooming and everything. Now with riders hurt and stuff, what does this mean? You've had some advantages from KTM and from some of the mechanics, or any kind of help from them?
Oh yeah,
Jess.
I got help from
Jess, you mean?
What did I say?
You said rider.
From riders.
Rider. R-I-D-E-R.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jess.
Okay.
Jess. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, Nico came, Jess Mechanic came at my house and grabbed my bike, and they rebuilt a top end in it to get it ready for this weekend. But and he's gonna help my dad in being a mechanic. But other than that, staying the same.
So how's it feel? Here's a question. How's it feel then? I guess growing up, you see the big rigs, the teams, everything like that. That's your dream. And now you are pitting underneath that tent, right? So how does that feel? Is that like an extra bit of confidence, or is that pressure? Or like how does that feel doing that? Because I know like Matt and everyone there, that they're all pretty good guys, but they all take their job quite serious. So how does that feel?
I mean, it feels cool to be under a rig. Since, when you're young, that's all you look up. But I mean, it's pretty quick. I've been coming up to the ranks pretty quick. 3 years ago, I won 65 here. So
oh, geez, yeah.
3 years ago.
Yeah, 2018. So it's going up quick, but I think I'm ready for every step. So
That's good. Good group of people there at KTM Canada, and they're the guys I think to bring you to the next level. So that's good. It's great to see.
How's your dad? I know he's like a mad scientist, mechanic guy and stuff. Is he okay to step back and let Nico do some work on it? Or is he like, no, we got to put some wheelie bars on it here?
no,
He's Derek Medallius here.
He's got some contraptions.
Yeah, no, my dad's cool with it. I mean, he's always super nervous at the track, so I mean, it kind of calms him down a little bit. But
that's good. It's good to hear that, because that can be a little bit of a touchy subject for dads. They bring their kids up, and then they've got to kind of, they want them to let go, and they give them the rides. That's the dream for everybody, including families. But it's sometimes it can be tough.
Well, one thing that's cool with your family is there's definitely not going to be a clause where, yes, we'll sign you, but your dad can't show up at the races.
Yeah.
Can't come to the pits.
Those have happened before. Those are very common, actually, more than you expect. So
Yeah, but no, your parents are always great. Your mom walking around with a little dog. What's the dog's name?
Throttle.
Throttle.
Classic.
He's got a little dog named Throttle, of course. Yeah. What about the track today? I mean, both you guys raced it today. How did the track develop? I mean, you had an early race, late race. How'd it go?
And the morning was just horrible. It was one line. It was like slop. After that, middle of the day, the sketchy lines stayed there. They kind of dried up. So there was like the one or two good lines, and at the end of the day, when they tilled it, got good race lines, and was able to, like the last race, that I did. So it was good.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. For me, it was. I just did one moto at 5 o'clock or 5:30, and it was hard packed ruts, like roughest thing I've ever seen, and it was gnarly. I heard that guys on the podium, which I did not make, said they didn't like it at all. So that's bet guys we're picky. I guess we're way pickier now. The older we get, the more whinier we are.
Hey, now I know obviously you were going to race because you're intermediate still. You were going to race all week, of course. What's it like? I mean, the pros are out there racing and stuff like that. It's a bit of a different vibe here this year. How does that feel to you?
I don't know. For me, it doesn't feel like a big national. I came here usually being like nervous and stuff, but now that I've been doing pro stuff, kind of feels more like just a normal race. I've been racing with Wyatt, like Deschambault in every race, so kind of feels just like a normal weekend, but a little bit more on the line.
I think too, for a guy like you, like normally an intermediate would be, this is my make or break year, man. I got to win intermediate. I got to be a top 3 guy. But you've already gotten some 5th places in the pro national, so you've done your work. I mean, that kind of pressure's off. You just go out there now and know you're fast, as opposed to kind of having to prove it. You know what I mean? That kind of must help.
Yeah, a lot. Just like
You're
that.
right, I am fast.
Yeah, that
Hey,
first,
there's nothing wrong with a little confidence.
that first pro race, I was nervous. Like, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was hoping for a top 10, but top 5, I'll take it. It was good.
Right, and you're ahead of some fast dudes too. Like, do you get that? Although there's a lot of young guys up there too, but do you get the feeling like some guys are like, what? We got a yellow plate young kid up here. We got to show him the business. Anybody showing you the business out there?
Not that much. I think a lot of people knew I was pretty fast going
right,
good, but
they're more embarrassed than
They catch
pushing
him.
you around.
Yeah, they got to catch him before they show him the business, right? So.
All right, now how old are you?
15.
You're. I had to think about it.
Took him a minute. Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah. I mean, I was like, because I was about to say AMA 14.
Oh, AMA 14.
All right,
okay,
AMA
okay.
14.
He takes his stuff very serious. His age is very
Now,
serious.
speaking of that, what a guy like a kid like you raced some pro stuff though. And, as an intermediate, but you were a guy that I've seen you for years and years down south at all the big amateur nationals. Any mini-O's? Would you go to any more of those kinds of things, or is that done? Or what?
I mean, I wanted to do Loretta Lynn's this year in B class. That we didn't even go down south, so that kind of failed. But I want to go to mini-O's. We'll check if I can do B class because I got some pro points. I mean, it's the same year.
Is it?
Yeah, it's in the fall, right? You still consider AMA, he considers it. Yeah, it's one of those.
So,
it's like but not even a loophole. It's like just a thing. It's
Yeah.
just a legit
So
thing. He'll be good.
We'll see if we can, and we'll probably go.
There's a fly on the.
We'll probably go down there. But Other than that, yeah, I don't know.
Well, that would be
Maybe-
good.
Maybe do pro sport or A class later on if Alberta learns.
Well, I mean, you're same with we talk about like Ryder McNabb as well. You guys are both young. You're fast, but you're still young, so you still just want to go to all these races, and you probably still want to open some eyes down south, right?
Yeah, I mean, the money to be made in this sport is in the U.S., so eventually that's where I would like to be pro, but I mean, we gotta make our way up. So
How about, sorry, you got one?
No, no.
Oh,
okay,
how,
go.
how about indoor skills? What do you? I mean, obviously the money is to be made in. You mentioned that is in Supercross. So what? Will you have your eye on that in the future?
yeah, but I never really rode a supercross track, so
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
We
sign
gotta,
a
we gotta
contract.
get through that part first.
Yeah,
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 see
right.
what he thinks of it.
This
Yeah,
fall.
I mean, I rode like on 85s and stuff, but like never like a full supercross track. But I love supercross, but just to get the flow, and I'm sure I would like it. But.
Well, I know Cole Thompson's got a pretty good. His KTM Canada teammate's got a pretty good Supercross track at his house. So there you go, might be an
True, and
opportunity there.
the doors that Jess Pettis opened up too. I mean, you got to get your foot in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Obviously, your foot is in there.
Yeah, for sure. So is that going to work? So do you have anything signed with KTM for next year? Can you talk about that, or is that?
Don't have anything signed yet.
Yeah.
But
Oh, here comes a bidding war.
Yeah, here we
don't
go.
know.
We'll see. Maybe Julian's gonna sign him PRMX or something. Who knows? I'm just kidding. I always like busting Julian's chops, but
Yeah, I've heard stories. There's a few of you young guys that are kind of getting, the names are coming up, trying to get, I know some couple teams that want you guys.
we'll see. Have to wait and see. It might be the biggest thing to happen in the last couple of years. So
What's it like? I remember when I was a kid racing 80s. I'm pretty sure it was a prank call. Somebody called and said they were from Kawasaki, Canada. And to this day, I don't know who it was, and nobody's owned up to it. I feel like somebody would have owned up to it. But you just mentioned you had like factory mechanic, Nico show up at your place to get your stuff. You're under the tent.
Yeah.
Like, and Greg kind of mentioned that too. You don't feel pressure. You're just kind of like, must just be amazing though. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How cool is that? Yeah, here's my bike there. You want to get that tuned up for me?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to be under a rig that has your support and has your back, but I mean, on the track is still, you got to do everything, so it is what it is.
it's a good attitude to have. That's not getting jaded from the awning. That's for sure.
Yeah, the awning fever. Is it awning fever? There's got to be a term for that. But now, what's it like too? Because I think it'd be hard because obviously you come up, your dad does all the work, you're always like messing with stuff. To hand it off and then, is it ready? Get on it and just kind of trust it. Like, and then if something comes loose, you're like, well, why is this loose? You know what I mean? It must be any stress, or you just have full confidence, I guess.
Yeah, no, I mean, usually I don't. I like change the oil and stuff. Like on a race day, my dad just does everything. I kind of
Right.
hop on my bike and just go. So it's not really different. It's kind of the same flow, but
Just someone else doing it.
yeah, exactly.
Very
Nice.
good. Cool.
Well, looking back, I mean, you were always number 2 coming up through the ranks. And stuff. Why were you number 2 back in the day? Is it
I mean,
Jeremy McGrath or-
I was 112, 122,
Oh yeah,
for
that's
a
right.
long
Sure,
time.
yeah, that's right.
and then, I mean, cause originally I wanted to be 222, but that was taken because back in the days, I should say. But you
You're
had to
back in
pick
the
your
days,
numbers.
my back in the day.
You had to pick your numbers, and 222 was already taken, so I took 122, and eventually I wanted to get number 2 because it's a cool number. Everybody has it pretty much. Had it, but so yeah, and then we put that on, and now intermediate had to put a 3-digit number, so 212.
I like it. I like the 212.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Kind of
It's a good-
float's
it's
got
a-
2 and a 1 and two twos in there.
Sandwiched by two.
Yeah, who
It's
knows?
like is it an area code 212?
Who
I
knows?
live in the 212. Well, why were you 222? Why did you want to be that number?
Because I'm born on February 22nd, so second month, 22nd.
Oh,
See,
okay.
people laugh at me for always asking that question.
And then 212, I'm born at 212. So that's the reason why we
Jeez,
have
there's a
it.
lot of meaning
See what I'm
behind this. A
saying?
lot more than any of my race numbers. That's for sure.
I love the story about why people pick numbers. Normally, it has something to do with their dad. But if your dad didn't race or in the racing, that's kind of tough, which was my case. But all right, so we're heading in. You got more races, and then you're heading straight to the Pro National again on Sunday. I mean, did you watch the Pro Am today?
I was the race right before,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I watched the start, but not anything else.
Was that an interesting race to watch, or what did you think of that? Did you see? I guess you couldn't see all the
No.
nuances that we saw.
Yeah, I was a Moto afterwards.
Oh,
So he was on the line. I was in before staging, and then the pros were in staging. So I
Yeah,
got
we'll have to
see-
get one of those guys. We'll have to get either Cole Thompson or Dylan Wright on here to talk about that because it was amazing. But I won't go into too much detail now. Of course, we got Sebastien. We got Sebastien we want to talk to about stuff. Oh, look, our next guest is here. She's there.
She's early. I'm late, and she's early.
Hi, guys. All right, so the experience here as you get older and get a little more serious with it. Did you used to be a kid that went? Well, you say you're going to bingo, but Do you still enjoy that stuff? You still like now? Are you kind of like kids are kind of, oh, hey, look, it's Sebastien Racine, as opposed to before, and you're like, oh my God, it's Cole. It's Colton Fasciotti doing bingo.
No, I don't know. I enjoy it. I just take time and have fun, but I mean, I don't mind it at all. So it is what it is.
No, you're 15. You're like in grade 10 or something, right?
Going in grade 10.
Going into grade 10.
Holy
Man,
smokes!
what were you doing when you were in grade 10? You weren't signing. I wasn't signing. Certainly wasn't signing pro contracts.
Yeah, well, yeah, by any means, yeah, that was not that was not the case. Flies.
I know the flies are it's tough here, but it's so. How about the heat and humidity? Do you notice the humidity when you're on the track or just when you get off?
I mean, today wasn't too bad. Yesterday, though, my moto, I was done after that. I mean, I got a good start and then just pushed, got it away from Wyatt, and then I kind of got arm pumped, settled in, and
You're getting arm pump at 15?
yeah.
Sheesh.
And I got arm pump when I started Super Mini.
That concerns me. I'm kidding.
But you still get it at 32, so
No, that's when you're supposed to get it.
yeah, it's no problem. Yeah, you'll still get it. Don't worry, it never goes away.
Yeah.
It, yeah, sometimes it comes, sometimes it goes.
Yeah.
Who knows? Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what else we got? We got, like I say, we got Brodeur in the wings here in the green. She's in the green room.
On the green grass.
On the green grass, it is.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what I was going to ask you. So we got Supercross after this. So that'll be your kind of first test on the big bike in Supercross, like the Go for Dunes races. Or are you doing that?
Yeah, we don't know yet. I'm probably gonna test, try tracks, try Supercross tracks. If I feel comfortable, I'll do it. If not, then no rush. We'll just take it easy, go down south, and
Oh, there's a chance you might not do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right. Yeah, I guess you don't really have to.
yeah, I don't really want to get hurt from 4 rounds of Supercross. But
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Right. So you'd go down. Where would you go when you go south?
Depends. Probably usually around Florida, Georgia, that type of area. GPF, go down a little bit, but
Yeah.
we like to move around. We don't like to stay at a track too long, but yeah.
Keeps it fun. I know when I would go down south, I never like staying in one spot. It was always nice to go and try some different things and have some different conditions thrown at you too,
Yeah.
because it keeps it fresh.
It does. And the funny thing is, though, like we talk like old guys, of course. But when you're 15 years old, all you want to do is ride. You don't care. You know what I mean? It's not. It doesn't feel like a job yet. You just all you want to do is go race. Like,
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, let's go. Yeah. Fine.
Especially I still have school, so I can't take it too seriously because I still have a lot of years of school to do. But other than that, though, it's all about the fun.
Where are you doing your school?
I have like my hometown school.
Oh, okay. You're in normal school.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
It's good. That's good to see that
What
too.
other sports do you play?
Anything really.
Yeah?
Just gym class. I do. I like athleticism, like the high jump and long jump. And
Oh,
stuff.
really?
Oh, yeah,
like
okay.
that.
Field, track and field
Track and
events.
field, yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
That's a unique. I haven't heard too many guys talk.
What's your
like
second step like in triple jump? Are you good at the?
No, I'm pretty good at it.
In the second step even?
Yeah.
that. I hated triple
That's
jump.
tough. As a 15-year-old, normally that's just the second
Uh,
one you kind of forget about. That's good. That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite subject?
Gym. It's not really a subject, but that.
Oh, it still
Classic.
counts. They still give you grades, so
Classic.
it's still a subject.
Yeah.
You can get a gym degree. You can go to university and get a gym. Oh my!
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a buddy that actually became a gym teacher. So it's
All my
it's a real thing.
kinesiologist buddies, they don't like calling it gym.
Oh, okay. Physical education.
Kinesiology, kin degree. All right. Well, hey, I see some scars on the knees there. What's going on here?
Yeah, I broke my left leg at 7, my right one at 12. My femurs, but
Oh, jeez.
Oh, just femurs. Just a casual couple femur breaks. Ain't no big deal.
Yikes!
yeah, but other than that, not been. That's the only thing I've broken, so pretty good.
Good grief.
All right. Well, hey. Oh, another fly on the. Let's
Oh,
do this
yeah,
as
this-
if it's on there. Look at this. It's like a Sir Graves Ghastly of. What? Like, is it? There's nothing on there. Did I just spill some food on my camera?
No?
I can't reach it, folks.
Oh,
Sorry.
gone.
There's two up there. There's one. Okay. Well, Sebastien, thank you very much for coming on. Like I say, we got
Yeah,
Ed
we'll
to
let
come
you
on
go
here.
for bingo for sure.
Yeah, and you're gonna go do bingo. Before you go though, man, who would you like to thank? I know there's a list of guys, people.
My mom, my dad got me here. Ktm Canada, Orange Brigade, Wheel Sport, 26 Suspension, M7 Designs, FMF, Parts Canada, Oakley, Nico to get my bike ready, and that's about it.
Nice. When's your first race tomorrow?
I think I'm the first race.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah.
Oh jeez, he's getting just the tough end of the stick on this one.
And which one's that?
I think this is open.
Oh, okay.
The one I got fourth in. So.
And are you just you're just riding the 250? You're not riding a 350 at all? Just
No.
250 in open and 250?
Yeah, last year, because there was the 450 junior class, I had borrowed Michael Savard's 350, and I rode it. It was I like the 350. It's just a good amount of power and just super fun to ride.
Yeah, it's an awesome bike. I've ridden the 350 before. It's a lot of fun. So that's yeah, I wasn't sure because I know a lot of guys, they especially intermediate, they only ride the 250. So now that there's a 250 and open, they just stick with the one bike. So it's always interesting to hear. Some guys like the 450 and some guys just like to ride the little bike. So.
And you mentioned the 114 Michael Savard. It's great to see him and his dad back at the races too. So that's kind of cool.
Mhm.
He had a couple bad ones today. I know he was down on the ground and some bad stuff, but he moved his way up. So anyway, good to see them. So shout out to those guys.
It's pretty funny that they never rode here and they came here.
I was surprised by that. I didn't know that.
So they came here and it rained, downpoured. He did one practice in the mud, then went racing and the track was super dry. So he had to relearn a whole track. But yeah.
He had did he win a title at Loretta's or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Won,
The year I was there, the second year I was there.
Yeah, I think 450 seat.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, so we could talk all night now about other people.
Yeah.
So, but thanks, buddy. Thank you very much. And
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thanks for coming.
good luck in bingo.
Thanks for you guys.
Good luck tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
Well, that was Sebastien Racine, number 212 in your program. And now we've got. Now I'm interested to speak with Ev here because we talked about a little grudge match yesterday when neither of them could talk about it. So now we've got one on here that we could talk about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But she was there though when we were talking.
When you were, yeah, I know, but she
Yeah.
wasn't here when we were
just-
talking about
we were
it.
causing trouble.
Ev Brodeur, number 1, number what other number? What's your pro number?
72
72.
72.
Pro number
for one more week.
for one more week. Then what does it go to?
Back to 141.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody, Ev Brodeur, obviously you know her. She's killing it. Hasn't lost a moto at the in the WMX races all season so far. It's been close, and I'm trying to make a big deal out of this. And I know when I talk to you, I'm kind of like, are you looking over your shoulder and checking your distance on Sarah Kim Villeneuve, number 241 out there? But it's been really fun to watch.
Yeah.
Because I mean, talk about that. Like, are you? I mean, is it? You can't relax, can you?
No, I can't relax. I can't slack up or anything. You know, she's always there. She's always pretty close. Some motos closer than others. She's been really close at Deschambault. Otherwise, and Saint-Denis as well. Otherwise, I've always felt I still had like some sort of a little advantage. I think it should be pretty solid here this weekend. I'm more familiar with the track and the hard pack as we've seen in the first round, but you never know. You know, I'm always up for a challenge. I'm always up for some battles, and she's been doing really good, and I'm pumped for her. You know, it's so cool to see all Quebec, all KTM, all FXR podium.
That's right. Let's plug the FXR too. Yeah, all
Yeah.
three things. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's also close to my age, and we've been friends for a long time, just like with Malia. So it's super fun. You know, we're all close. We're all
Is that how you say
talking.
Is that how you say it? Malia?
Malia?
Not
Yeah.
Malia? I've been saying Malia the whole time.
Well, it's
Put some
Malia.
accent on it. Come
Oh,
on,
no.
man.
Malia, yeah.
See, neither of us is doing it now.
I've been doing it right this whole time.
I'm never going to say it the way you just said it, though. I still say Ev, though. I don't say
Yeah.
Eve.
No, that's good. That's good.
I say Em.
Accent graph?
Yeah, accent grave, yeah.
Ah, I'm not going to roll my R. I'm sorry.
Oh, jeez. Okay, we're back
Let's
in
hear
Big
you
Night
say my
French.
last name now.
What's that?
Let's hear you say my last name now.
No,
No.
that's got an R in it that I'm not going to touch. 2 R's. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's
Say-
tough.
I dare you to say that. What's the name of that? The store, the chain there called Jean Coop.
Jean Coutu.
That's the last part. I'm just
Coutu?
not. Yeah, I'm never going to touch that.
You should try saying my boyfriend's name.
No, I just say getting jiggy with it. That's what I say.
Yeah, Marc-Olivier Giguère.
Jiggy.
Jiggy, yeah, that works.
We're not touching that one. We're
Jiggy.
done for Paul.
All right, so okay, so Sarah Kim is coming. She's not here this week though.
Well, I don't know, but I would expect
She must
so.
be.
You know, as she's doing the whole championship, I'm guessing she's gonna go for national number as well because she didn't get one last year. So I would guess that she'd be here, but to be honest, I haven't talked to her or anything, you know, so I have no idea. But I thought she'd be here this week, and
Yeah,
now
yeah,
she's
would've been
not.
good.
So
Just
Hey,
some
you
pressure
know,
off it.
We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah.
yeah.
Now, okay, let's. Before I forget about this, we got to look at this fly on the screen again. Look at this. Come on.
They're huge. Look how big they are
We need
here.
a fly shoer. Come on in here and get jiggy with it in here.
Jiggy.
But your dad today was hilarious. He's out there. He had
Yeah.
a great start. He's up there in second, looking great. He was there
Yeah.
for 2-3 laps, and then I come up to you because you were giving him
Yeah.
the pit signals and stuff. I
Yeah.
go, hey, where'd he go? Is he still in second?
Yeah. And it was super funny because like I was packing his gate and the guy next to me was like, "Oh, can you come do mine after?" And I was like, "I don't even know how to do it. Like
That's
I
right,
never
yeah.
do my gate. You know, he always does it." But he left for the sight lap, and he's riding on a 450 for the first time in like
he's on the
years.
450.
He borrowed a
with
450.
Recluse Clutch, we had a
Yeah.
discussion. Him and I
that's right.
talked about it.
Yeah. So he's trying a 450 for the first time. So he told me, I'm gonna try a start on the sight lap. Like he literally went for the sight lap.
Was that why he had no back fender? Nah, kidding.
Just for the start, but he almost crashed like 2 feet off the gate, started wheeling, and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be so bad. But then when it came down to the real start, he actually did pretty good. But yeah, he didn't know the 450 so much. But yeah, I think he did he was in third, and then he moved up to second, and I was super pumped because he was doing like a jump more than the guy in front of him, and I was like, oh, maybe he could, he could actually win. And then on the gate before he started, he was like, oh. The fly again. Just stop looking at it.
I can't.
Yeah, I'd stop bugging me. I don't care.
I'm sorry. I'm listening. You said something about
Yeah,
Monday.
he said
So rude. So rude.
he said I'd be pumped to get it top 10, but if I get a top 3, I'm gonna go naked in the podium.
That's what your dad said.
That's what he said.
Her dad's
So-
a weapon, man.
Yeah, so he
he's-
came
I have a
around in
story.
I thought
second.
that was a grape drink he was drinking.
Yeah, I don't know. He came around in second, and I was like, oh god, what is it? It's not gonna be
Oh, you're
good.
glad his arm started pumping up.
Yeah, and then he came by, I think, like third or fourth lap, and he was like this, and I was like, oh, 450's getting to him, but he was super happy. He's just doing this for fun, no pressure and stuff. But yeah, he's something else.
We were out in the vet practice together, and I was like it was so muddy and so gross. It was just brutal. I hated every second of it. I was the worst attitude ever. And then all of a sudden I hear this guy yelling at me, but he's like yelling, like being nice, and he's like Greg, and I'm like who's yelling?
We're gonna have a conversation with
And
him.
he just comes flying by, and I swear he wanted to tap me on the back. Like he just comes flying by and roosts me so hard. I think he was laughing. Like he was just having so much fun.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I hate that guy.
He came out
But-
of the practice and he was like, did you see me? I was going so fast.
Oh.
Yeah, he was actually flying.
Yeah.
Like
He's
he
not
was,
here to defend himself.
Yeah.
by the
no,
way,
but
so
he
we're
was
just-
he was going like he came in and he was just gone. I was like, man, this guy's killing it. I knew it was because I could see on the back of the jersey. I was like, okay, I know exactly who it is. And then he came over and told us afterwards he was riding that 450 with the auto clutch, and he was just like so happy. He was just having so much fun. So it's good to see that because it's you got to keep it fun. Some of us forget that.
Yeah,
Me
it's-
being one of them.
You do forget that.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
I'm trying
it
to make
begin
you
with.
have more fun. We need
Yeah.
to up the fun. Look, we got a guy over here who's riding a CR500 for goodness sake.
Oh, there he is. I
Talking
didn't
about
even I
fun.
didn't see how I was doing.
So you got to teach him a bit about having fun there, Dylan.
I don't know what
Yeah.
how that's not the F word I use ever. So no,
Nice.
we're good.
Nice one.
Yeah, it's super fun. I'm super happy to see him back on the track. He stopped racing for almost 10 years, and then this year he got in shape and decided he had more time on his hands. I moved with my boyfriend, so he's a bit more
What, you
alone
guys
at
are
home.
shacked up?
Pardon?
You guys are
Jeez.
shacked up?
Yeah, I guess so. Well,
Commitment.
not officially, but I've been there since like November
Oh.
full time. So
No, it's official.
yeah, I guess
Now
so.
official, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
so-
Ontario, that's official.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's common law.
Yeah. So he's been having a bit more time on his hands and, trying to figure out what to do in his life, He doesn't have me to bug all day anymore. So he got in shape, decided to start riding again, and he's been having so much fun, and it's cool to see him do his own thing as well, I'm 21, so I can't be the whole focus all the time for my whole life, so it's fun
Both
to...
your parents are getting.
Yeah, exactly, and my mom's been following
I saw her
around.
going out for a run this morning.
Yeah, she went for a run almost every morning
Oh,
this
nice.
week with Malia's mom.
Oh,
We go
that she was
run
with?
together,
Okay,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, staying close to the competition. I see that.
Yeah.
So we've
Keep
come up
your
with
friends
some key.
close and your enemies close.
Oh,
Exactly. There we go.
Just
Enemies. So we
kidding.
figured out. So he got in shape. So he's been riding. So those are the keys to this F word.
He does
we've been
look in
talking
shape
about.
pretty good. He
Yeah.
looks pretty fit.
Yeah.
He
did. No,
He lost
I noticed
almost
that.
like 20, 25
Oh, yeah?
pounds.
Oh, good
yeah.
for him.
Yeah. So these are the
I know
keys.
how he,
to
I know
the-
what he
to
quit
the
to
race.
get to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he didn't really quit that.
Oh, he
No,
did?
no, he didn't really quit that.
I've shared beers with your dad all
Yeah.
over North America,
Yeah.
I think.
That's true. I remember in California and
Oh, yeah,
everything,
yeah, yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, but by the way, last time I raced your dad was with Jeff McConkey, and we were doing Legends
Yeah,
race.
at Madoc.
Oh,
yeah,
maybe.
and
Yeah.
he cut the track, and next thing you know, he just came straight across, just came in right. I don't know how I was ahead of him, but he came right across. It was so funny.
I remember he was with my 252 strokes, and he was like, I cannot ride this thing. And he was so pissed because he was like, this is the only race I do, and I cannot do it for heck because it was a 252 stroke, and he was like, I was pissed I was too far back, so I cut the track.
Oh yeah, he just cut right over.
And
it.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, whatever. I don't think it mattered.
Yeah.
I think there might have been a protest. I think we protested.
Yeah.
And then we tore the motor down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
It probably pissed Jeff off so much. Now that I think about it, Jeff was probably a little.
I think Jeff
livid.
might have won it in that year. I don't.
Yeah, because he came back the next year with a number 1, and
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it was
I
the lamest
think
thing
so,
I've ever
yeah.
seen in my life.
Yeah, I didn't play it up. Have some
No, he didn't need to do that. It was so lame. You
Yeah.
trained all year for that 3-lap race.
Oh, I
You-
bet.
Yeah, he did.
That's right. He did some races too. Actually, he kind of got protested. He won one, and you weren't supposed to have been racing at all.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
the rest of us
Oh,
hadn't
yeah,
done.
yeah.
Hadn't been on it. You know,
Yeah.
whatever. And Jeff, I think he lost his. I think the year I won it, I think he got disqualified, and he thought I protested. I'm like, no, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Well, he should have. Why not?
Oh man, it's so
Way it goes.
ridiculous. Okay, now talking about the TransCan here today, you avoided that mess, and you ended up with a 1 minute and 10-second lead in
Yeah.
that last one there. And Malia? Am I
Malia,
saying-
yeah.
Oh, I know it's terrible. I'm gonna go back to
You're saying
Malia.
it very English.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm English. I got English. But she was down in the first turn, and she ended up
Yeah.
second. Man, did
Yeah.
you? Were you kind of looking back and kind of seeing what was going? Well, looking back, you'd almost have to look forward. You're so far ahead.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned it on the podium, but my dad and my boyfriend were in the pits, and like they were telling me like to go faster and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, Malia must be like pretty close.
They were telling you to go
So
faster.
I was nervous the whole race trying to go faster because they were telling me to go faster and like do jumps and stuff, and I was like, okay. So I was pushing myself, and then I get on the podium, and Goldie's like, oh, you're gonna have to take like quite a while. You have quite the gap, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And then we waited a few seconds. He was like, there's Malia like coming before like the old pro finish
Oh
line,
yeah,
so
step
like
down over there.
like quite a bit away. And I was like, oh okay, I didn't even know. So I was just doing my own race. But it was quite busy and hard with the lappers because
Yeah, yeah.
all the mud we got this morning, there was only like maybe 1 or 2 lines that were pretty dry, and the rest was full on mud. So
you had to
whenever
be
someone
patient, you had to
fell,
wait, you can't just
yeah,
go.
and then whenever someone fell or like took my line, it was like super dangerous, and I was like, I don't want to go too far off the lines because you never know what you're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
fall
you're
into,
stuck.
you know.
Yeah,
And it-
39 people in that class.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was,
yeah.
it was
30,
full,
yeah,
almost
39.
full. Yeah.
And number 3, Annie Ferguson came from way back too.
Yeah,
to
she
grab
fell with
third.
Malia. They fell
Yeah,
together.
there she was down and came back to. Oh, thanks, Kyle.
Yeah.
He just pushed the tailpipe in the room here. That was Kyle Thompson.
Yeah.
Come by for something that he wanted to, he's motioning to us, but
Oh, was he? Oh, shoot.
yeah, it's all right.
Oh.
Well, he'll text us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
But-
text me. I don't know. Everyone's been texting me. Nope, we're good.
Oh,
But-
she just checked and nobody had texted. Nobody.
Oh, Sebastian
He's
did.
blowing up. He's blowing up.
Dude, you see my performance today?
Yeah, that's true. He's getting calls from companies trying
Yeah.
to sponsor
It
him.
happens. Endorsement deals.
All right, now
Bound to happen.
for some reason I thought, and I keep mentioning this to you, but I don't know, 3 years ago I thought you were retiring, going to school, and you're done. The next thing you know, you came back, keep winning championships. So I was way off.
Yeah, well, we always said we didn't know what it would look like once I got into university and CJEP and stuff. You know, I used to go down south to train the whole winter. We didn't know if that was going to be possible with my school and stuff, but I was able to do my whole, well, we have CJEP in Quebec, which is like a prerequisite for university.
Oh, okay.
And then so it's usually 2 years, and I did it in 2.5, but I was able to take my winters off to go train down south like we hoped for. And then we also didn't know what university would look like, but then I started my first year, and it was only from end of August to mid-April, so it fit perfectly with the schedule.
good,
I
yeah.
started riding again mid-April full time, and I'm still on break until the end of the month, and then I'm starting my second year. So for now, it's just gonna keep going, and I've always
Second
said,
year in what?
occupational therapy, and I might be a second year student, but don't ask me what it is. I can't quite explain it yet.
Oh, you don't.
I've got this pain, and I've been sitting here, and it's like, I don't know if it's like from sitting in this chair or what. It's not ergonomic at all.
No, but seriously, like this program is so like wide, and like it so depends on what type of field you're in, that it's not even the same. And we like the first year is always more like basic classes, you know, so I can't really like, I know in general, but it's kind of still confusing. So yeah, it's just funny. But yeah, I still have so it's a 4.5 year program, and I've done my first one, so I still have 3.5 to go. So like I plan to keep going, like for sure, as long as I'm in school. I don't see why not, but as long as I'm feeling up to it, like physically and mentally as well, and as long as I have time to prep for the season and I feel fine coming into the season, like I don't think I would go and, you know, like be like half ready and half decent results. Yeah.
I have a question. You do know what an occupational therapist does, though, do you not? Like you're in this.
In
you don't
general,
know?
yeah, in general. like don't
That's
ask me
hilarious.
for a definition. Like, I know in general, but
Okay.
and like I said, the first year is very like, why?
Well, I just think you must have gone into it for a reason.
Yeah, well, I tried it for a bit, but like I tried it in like a back to work field, but there's so many other fields. Like you
Okay.
can work with kids, you can work
Okay,
with
so-
like
okay,
mental
gotcha.
health, old people. Like you can work.
It's Quebec. They do things so differently there. Like,
Yeah.
it's a whole nother country. It's just a whole
Yeah.
other thing.
You can work in hospitals, schools, work, readaptation centers. We have CLSCs. I don't know what they are here, but like clinics.
Okay.
You can work like basically anywhere in
Right.
any field.
Truly.
So
See, I told you they're coming in. The
He's
calls are
blowing
coming
up.
in.
Julian Perry, Team PRMX, give him a
Yeah.
call here. He wants to go live.
I don't know
Put
if
him
I should get this.
No, you shouldn't get that. Okay, so
So yeah, I'll keep going as long as I can, and like as long as I feel up for it. The only thing we have mentioned before is that even if there is a West Coast next year, I won't be able to go. But I'm still planning on doing the East Coast for sure. It's just that I have an internship from mid-April to end of June, I believe. So it would be kind of at the same time as the West Coast. So if that's the case, I wouldn't be able to do boat championship, but
Right.
definitely see me on the East Coast for a few more years. I'm not quite
that's amazing. Well,
not quite
now,
done yet.
there's our segue too. A few more years. How many championships do you have now?
So I have, let me get this right, because I've been confused all week. I have 5 WMX National Championship and then 4 Walton Championship.
Ooh, I don't
So-
know. Can JSR beat that? The Waltons? I don't know.
I don't know, man. That's a lot.
I think
We
you're-
looked earlier, and I'm at 3 in a row. So at Walton,
You're only second to Colton Fasciotti, perhaps, if we're talking. Well, let's not bring up Ross Peterson, but.
Oh,
Okay.
different eras, man. Like,
I
let it
know,
go.
I
I
know.
think Heidi Cook won quite a bit back to back though.
Oh,
I'd
here we
have
go.
to
That's-
say.
I know this is my
She
segue.
got me
right?
right.
This is it.
She
This
knew
is
exactly where we were going
Yeah.
because I started this conversation the other day, and I'm involved in this, and it's going to get me in trouble.
There's going to be money. There's going to be awards.
You and
there's
I
gonna be
almost fist fought over this.
it got right.
It was pretty heated. Do we need to talk about it or what?
Well,
I'm
we're just
not-
talking. Yeah,
I'm
we're
up
trying
to
to
it.
we're trying to have a throwdown between Ev Brodeur and Heidi Cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we need that to make that happen.
Somewhere in
think-
middle ground. We'll have to find somewhere in.
Somewhere like, I don't know. Maybe
I
Walton,
can't think
middle
what's between-
ground.
I couldn't think it was between you guys. Somewhere in the Gaspé Peninsula.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
would have been great to see like let's say me now and like Heidi when she was still like training
Yeah.
and riding
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah, Heidi was more my era. Like when I was racing growing up, Heidi was very like she was always there and she was pretty serious. So that's what I kind of connect with the most. But
Yeah.
you're the modern day version of her, so it's
Yeah.
pretty cool to see. I just think I always laugh because I think you're so smooth and how you ride is so different. Because Heidi was a little bit she rode a little bit more like Mitch will say or something like a bit more she's I say gnarly. That's not maybe the word
Yeah.
I would use, but she was pretty aggressive. Like she was different, a little
Yeah.
bit different.
It would
riding
be
style.
interesting to know what the stopwatch would say, right? Because they
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
look so much
It,
different.
but it can be so so wrong when you just see it.
Yep.
You can never tell because I always say William Crete, he looks like the slowest rider on the track, right? But then he goes and gets like top 10s and top 5.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when you look at him, I've known William since I was 12, so that's 9 years, and I have never seen him be any type of aggressive in a race, like never. Like,
Does he have an aggressive bone in his body?
I don't
Okay, he's
think
just
he
too
does.
nice.
I don't
He's-
think he
smooth as
does, but
fast.
he's still super fast. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything, but I'm saying it
Oh,
would
what
be cool.
what are we saying?
Yeah.
That's she's saying some things. She's
I'm
saying
not-
some things for
I'm
sure.
not saying anything, but I'm saying don't dismiss just because.
Don't worry, message
I see what you're
received.
saying. See, I think
I'm gonna tell
she's,
Heidi.
She's calling it on.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Heidi.
And my money is on Ev.
Oh, thank
I've already
you.
put this out there.
This
Yours
is
is
nothing,
on Heidi.
nothing personal.
It's
just
okay,
on
Greg.
Heidi.
I get it.
It just
I
makes
get
it much more
Just on
interesting
Heidi.
if we're betting on
Well,
different
because
people.
we have to, right? There has to be somebody else. There has to be some parity there. So,
I'm
I'm
betting on Jacqueline Ross. I'm kidding.
You can't do that.
Let's
Don't
bring her up
bring
too.
someone
She's not even
else
in the
into
conversation
No,
right now.
true. I'm sure her and her dad Joe are watching right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Maybe.
All right, so for
Yeah.
you, we want to get to, of course, we're going to get to Mr. CR500 over there, of course. But
Yeah, he's waiting in the green room.
he's in the green room. We're pointing over here to the green room. There's green rooms all around. But okay, so what happens after this season? I guess, what do you do right after this? Well, this weekend, what do you do after
Well,
this?
Well, I'm gonna have 1 week off, and then I start school again. So I'm gonna start full time and just try to survive the 2 semesters. I think it's gonna be pretty weird because I did my whole first year all online. So it was my first complete year. I went 1 time to school, one afternoon for like 2 hours. I don't even know what my university looks like, and I'm a second year student. So it's gonna be quite
Very
interesting.
Cool. Okay.
This should be almost back in person, like almost fully back in person. We still do have some classes that are only online, but it should be pretty like all back online. So with all the traveling to go to school and back, which I didn't have when I was on online school, I'm excited to see what it's gonna look like. But other than that, we still have I think 3 provincials in Quebec. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do them all, but I'll sure do a few. And then we also, I think my boyfriend and I might want to try a woods race before the season is over. I try to always do one just for fun. And
he knows he can come in, right?
Yeah, he's shy. Yeah.
You can come in, but I wouldn't recommend it.
You might get roasted.
What is he in school too? So Jiggy get?
No, he's a
too?
mechanic.
Oh.
He's a mechanic. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a tradesman.
He's making me live. He's providing the
what kind
money.
of mechanic? Like auto mechanic?
Diesel.
Or?
Diesel mechanic.
Yeah, diesel.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said that.
I'm the stay-at-home wife. He's the money. I'm the stay-at-home
And then
wife.
she says they're not official. She's called her stay-at-home wife. Holy jeez.
Well, I do the cleaning, the
She's got half
cooking. I
already.
wash the bikes when we come back. You know, I'm like the stay-at-home wife. I'm not a wife. But
Oh, there we go again. There it is again. That's all I need to
You
hear.
won't be
I
staying
mean-
home soon.
Yeah. So yeah, but no. So yeah, we might do a woods race for fun before the end of the year just to try it out, and then that's yeah. We also have a half marathon to run.
Oh no
Yeah.
way!
None of this sounds fun.
When
I know,
None
right?
of this
I
sounds fun
know,
to me at all.
Which
Woods
half
racing and marathons?
It's a small one in Montreal, but my mom's always been a runner for years,
good.
and then she got my dad hooked into it as he was trying to get in shape, and somewhat, we got hooked into doing a half marathon with them in October.
It would be your first?
So, yeah.
Wow.
I've run about I think 10 kilometers all year
Oh.
so far. So
So you're ready. You're ready.
achievement.
Go out hard. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Sounds like me preparing for this race.
Yeah, you're ready. You're ready to.
10-minute moto before this, and you're good to go.
I barely made 12, so we're good to go.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I'm
No,
surprised she
no.
get mad at me for picking Heidi over here. That's fine though.
Oh,
See, if Heidi were sitting here, I'd say I'd throw you under the bus too. Yeah, see, I'm picking you too, Heidi, and he's going with Ev.
Wow.
we'll have
You
a
gotta
chat
get out- you gotta get
about
working
this some
first.
other day.
Yeah, I guess so. But
Yeah,
I mean, I was there and I said it to her face when we were all talking.
I
So
know,
it's like
I
I'm
know.
not afraid to admit it.
Yeah.
I said I picked Heidi, but that's just it. It's nothing personal.
Yeah.
It's just I want to see it happen. So that's why you know
Yeah.
I'm trying to talk.
See,
to
Heidi hasn't been on a bike in a long
Yeah,
time, so
I
you have to
don't,
get her on a bike.
it's not super fairgrounds.
She'll
at the
pick it up pretty
moment.
quick. I think she'll pick it
But,
up pretty quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's done it a time or two. Like she knows.
All right, Ev. Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much for hanging out with us.
Thank you for
Obviously, we
having
gotta let you thank your sponsors. You kind of mentioned the couple major ones when
Yeah.
FXR obviously, but
Yeah.
thanks some of the people here.
Yeah, I'd like to thank FXR Racing, Motorsport, KTM Canada, Dunlop, CTI, Oakley, Dirt Care, Eastiki, Forma Boots, My Pit Board, Seco Seat Cover, 26 Suspension, XM Sport, Automobile Bruce Garde, Namtage Farage MB.
Hear that?
Uh,
Rolls off the tongue.
my parents, my boyfriend, and everybody else who's cheering me on at the races. It's super appreciated, and thank you guys for having me as well.
And
Well,
Jiggy
thank you
the
for coming.
Sucra Papa.
Yeah, sugar daddy, I love it. I love it.
Sugar
Yes.
Papa. That was so
Sugar
English.
Papa, yeah. I'm gonna keep going with this. Yeah, I love it.
That's perfect. Get him a butt patch.
Yeah. Either Jiggy or Sucra Papa. I think
Ah,
they're
both.
pretty
That
good.
sounds
Both
good.
of them are pretty
Get
good.
both.
Yeah.
Why not? A couple pairs of pants, you'd be good to go.
All right. Well, Ev, that was a lot of fun. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for having me. See you guys
We will
later.
see you
You
tomorrow.
missed bingo. I think you're missing bingo right now.
Yeah, oh, it's okay. My mom's there.
Oh, is she over there?
Yeah.
Nice.
She's winning prices for us.
All right. Well, someone I want to let know. We'll be right back after this commercial message. We don't have a commercial. FXR Moto. Thank you, Andy White and Don McClintock, and
You can come on in. We're just kidding.
I have just
We're
having some
joking.
fun.
Come on in, DK.
Oh.
This is the real Dylan Kaelin,
Oh,
but
dude,
it's not. Okay, did you hear the story?
Well, some of my friends that I have on the group chat
Oh,
screenshot it, and then the
amazing.
guy's bio says, not Dylan Kaelin, the motocross.
Does it
star.
really?
That's what his bio
Amazing.
said. I died.
It's Dylan
I'm doing it
Kaelin
right now.
22 though.
I'm
So
looking-
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
when you were number 22.
Yeah.
It all made sense.
Yeah.
I gotta look this up. I'm sorry.
It was
Yeah,
pretty
then he
funny.
kind of came back. He's like, yeah, by the way, thanks and all, but I'm not the motocrosser.
Well, because I tried to look him up too, and I was like, I don't think he
Yeah.
has a personal one anymore. I think
No,
it's just.
around Christmas time I deleted it.
So we got to talk
Probably good
about a
idea.
couple things here. Oh, he's appropriate too. He's got the FXR hat on, so cool. We got Dylan Kaelin, of course, we're talking about here. Not Dylan Kaelin 22 on Instagram.
No.
But
What a
because you
beauty.
switched, but when I want to tag you, I don't want to just put your tear-off gaskets
Yeah,
on.
tracks and training. You can give me on
Tracks
that
and-
one.
well, that was
on the
never
coaching
needed,
and
though.
track.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not Dylan Kaelin, the motocross star.
It literally said
Not kidding. I love that. That's
the motocross star.
Apparently, I didn't know,
Nice.
but this is a new title. I
what a
guess.
legend. That is the
Yeah.
coolest bio
That is-
I
did
think
you
I've ever
screenshot that?
seen.
No, my friends, that's
Of
what
that
they
exactly,
screenshot and
okay.
sent it to
That's
me. I had a
perfect.
good laugh
Oh,
over
that's
that
amazing.
one for sure. So
All right, Dylan, you have a lot going on, and we want to talk about a few
Yeah, that's
things.
awesome.
Obviously, I'm just over the moon watching you, listening to you ride that CR500. Let's first of all talk about how that happened, and obviously we got to talk about your tear-off gaskets. We got to talk about your training thing. But
yeah, so like you said, there's been a lot on the go. And I was just out at the Vision Built track. I know Brandon and Gatlin Dean, who that track's on their property, and they built it. We grew up riding and racing together, close families, from 50s on. So I was just out there, and their uncle Danny, that I've also known forever, just bugging me to take the 500 for a ride. And last year, I rode it up and down the grass, and this year I'm riding. So took it for a few laps, and they were surprised that I jumped the big triple out there on it and whatnot, and felt pretty comfortable right away. And then that's just kind of how the idea started, and now we're here. So just honestly, it's so fun because my whole purpose, and if I'm lining up behind the gate, like I do take it seriously when I get on the gate and it's time to go race, because I don't think that'll ever leave. But other than that, if I'm racing dirt bikes and I'm at the track, I'm there for a good time and to have fun. So that's what it's all about. And trying to handle a CR500 on a track that is muddy and rutted and extremely challenging and tight and technical was a lot to handle today, but I was happy with that and how it went. So all in all, it was a good day.
well, so I know we talked briefly about it too. I mean, obviously, if you're old like me and back in the 500 days, I never actually even owned a 500. I just kind of rode buddies and stuff like that or whatever. But the vibration and stuff. And you mentioned you've got to.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Danny's got some Renthal twin walls with lock-on grips, and that is probably the stiffest combination that you
Oh,
can get to
geez.
your hands. So
This sounds horrible.
in literally on the line as I'm revving the bike up, I just like holding my hands above.
Oh,
the
you gotta
grips.
rev it, let
yeah,
go.
I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't hold on to it, and then I just kind of do this and let go. Do this and then let go. So when my good friend Drew Roberts was behind me with 2 laps to go, I could hear him on the 150.
Yeah, he was closing in,
and I
yeah.
had arm pump, and I'm just like, oh boy, here it comes.
You got arm pump?
Yeah, on the left hand, it was pretty good for sure for the vibration. I was definitely getting a little bit.
How's the clutch pull?
I was just gonna
Oh,
ask.
Pretty
how's the
stiff,
clutch pull?
pretty stiff for
You
sure.
gotta use both
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah, he's
And
like
you're
4 fingers.
constantly, because the way that the 500 is, you always want to be riding it down low in the power. So you're
I want to hear you
constantly
up high
kind
in
of
the power.
yeah, you're
Oh.
constantly fanning the clutch
Oh,
a little bit
mid-high.
in short shift. So, yeah,
But-
it's awesome.
Yeah, and if you saw, I mean, I was running around yesterday when I first saw you on that thing, put it together. You couldn't hear it because the 450s were drowning it out. It was driving me
Yeah,
nuts. He'd come
it's-
around.
Yeah.
I just try. I'm gonna have to get closer
Wop.
tomorrow and get some closer stuff with that
Yeah,
bike. But,
and it handles honestly surprisingly well. It's it's balanced out pretty good, and the old steel frame chassis has a lot of flex and give to it, so everything's kind of soft and a little bit vague. But overall, it's a fun bike
Brakes
to ride.
work?
Yeah, brakes work good. So that's
how original is it?
well, he's got electron carb on it, electric start, and everything else. But as far as like
He didn't have to kick it over.
yeah,
I
we
heard
all
it
know
start
my
today.
knees
He's got
probably
bad
couldn't
knees, yeah.
handle
Yeah.
starting
Yeah,
that.
this-
Yeah,
or he did once.
And I didn't. Yeah, this is the fixed one. So, but yeah, it's all original for the most part, like motor, frame, and everything. But the suspension's been redone, aftermarket wheel set, pipe, and a bunch of extra bolt-ons. But it is your traditional 500 swing arm frame and motor.
Amazing.
So.
And which number 2 is he a fan of? Who's the 2?
I'm not sure. That's just why he's got
Jeff
on all
Stanton.
his bikes. Is
That's
the
what I was
two,
why it
so-
could be,
Jeff
right?
Stanton,
That
maybe.
probably very well
Yeah.
could be. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think Stan rode the 500. Maybe he didn't. I don't know, but I feel like that's the
Oh
era.
yeah, Stan.
Yeah, I heard that thing start today, and it was because Les Moore told us about it. He said, "Oh man, you should hear this thing start." And then you were over by the barn, and I was over at the PRMX rig, and I heard it from over there, and I was like, "What the hell was that?" And I saw you start. I was like, "That thing sounds so sick!" Like just this, I can't even describe the way that the starter motor sounds, but it's like anything, unlike anything I've ever heard.
Yeah.
On a dirt bike, anyways. It's not like, it doesn't sound like the modern EFIs, like where it's like a quick shot. It sounded like there's like a turbine going.
Like we
It
joke,
goes.
yeah, the propeller, someone's
Yeah,
spinning the
Yeah.
top.
absolutely. And I feel bad going first gear in the pits, because first gear in the pits is probably about third gear on my 125 half throttle, just trying to
Jeez.
cruise through the pits, and it's going so fast.
Does the front end want to come up at all?
Yeah, it definitely. It'll get there if you want it to. When I came across the gate, I made sure to be super low RPM when the gate dropped. Then I just got across and got on that flat ground, and then I laid into it, and I felt like I hit a NOS button because all of a sudden the 450s were ahead of me, and then I just went past them.
Oh, is that
So,
right?
Yeah, like a couple of the guys on either side of me, and Liam had a great jump up the inside, so definitely that 500 power kicked in on the start for sure.
What class is this in? Because I gotta watch
Plus
it.
25.
I gotta watch this.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah,
I gotta
it's-
watch.
it's-
I missed this one this morning, and I gotta watch that because I saw in practice, but I didn't see the race. So
I believe 9:10 tomorrow is gate drop
Okay.
for the
Okay.
plus 25
Should be up by then.
class.
you're gonna be up. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough.
So what have your finishes been? Like, how have you been doing?
So far I got a 3-3. Third in 2-stroke and third in plus 25. So
Nice.
it's been good. I was disappointed I didn't get the win in the 2-stroke class because I was out front, and some lappers and a lot of roost on first moto of the day. And
You
I
went
just
down
to-
hard, man. You went
yeah,
down fast.
It was a good one for sure. So I just went to pull a tear off, and then the bars went to the right and they went all the way back to the left, and then stuck in the mud, and I went right over the bars, belly slide
Yeah,
on my
yeah.
back in the mud. So it's still
Jeez.
pumped to get up and finish third. So
Yeah, you guys
good.
took turns kind of giving that lead away.
Yeah, Gaynor got caught up with some lappers and Drew, and it was tough out there with the range in the 2-stroke class, and obviously it's difficult to blue flag when everybody's brown.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's hard
Yeah.
to tell who's who out there. So
Yeah, Taylor Shimbachini said that today actually on the broadcast when I was working with him. He said it's a lot of brown bikes and a lot
Yeah,
of
here
brown
comes another
riders.
brown one,
yeah,
yeah.
it was
Absolutely,
tough. So he
so.
said it best.
Mhm.
yeah. But impressive to see how the track shaped up today from what it looked like in the first moto, because it definitely was wet out there to start the day, and it looked awesome by the end of the day.
Well, as
out
soon as
there.
the sun and the breeze
Yeah.
comes out, I was telling, I mean, joke about it, but you know what's going to happen. It's like they're going to have to water
Yeah.
this afternoon. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah,
going
the
to happen.
turnaround was
Absolutely.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That was
who's
like,
125 was that? Is that
That's my
That is your
personal-
bike?
Yeah, personal. My 125.
nice.
yeah, I watched him in the premix at Gopher on that thing. That was that sounds sweet.
the 324?
Yeah.
The Kaelin kid from the MX Forum days.
Yeah, definitely.
Too
so,
soon, too soon.
No, not at all. But it's all good. Live and learn, right? Live and learn. So, and honestly, I love laughing about that stuff now and looking back on it. So it's all good.
All right. Well, like we mentioned earlier, you got a bunch of stuff. I mean, we could talk about the CR500.
Yeah.
Do you want anybody want us to? No. But also, you got a bunch of things like this tear-off gaskets thing. Let's go that way first.
So that's been obviously a really big hit this week, and it's nice to be at the races and be able to market the product hands-on and show people and how to install and get the product out there for the riders. And so far, everybody's loved the product. They haven't had any issues with it at all. So I designed and patented and trademarked a biodegradable double-sided gasket that is fits in between the goggle lens and the laminate stack, and then additionally can be placed between each laminate stack for a total of 3 gaskets and 3 7 stacks, and that gives you 21 sealed off tear-offs. And as you guys seen the pouring rain yesterday, and what was that, the 40
Well, the last one before,
yeah, so I had a couple guys that were using the gaskets
nice.
in that moto, and he said that he's like, I hit every jump the whole moto because I could
Left his
actually
goggles
see.
on the whole
Just,
time?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Okay,
kept
cool.
pulling tear offs, and
Wow, there's
he was good to go the whole
that's
time.
nice.
So if it passed that test, I'm pretty. I mean, I've tested it a lot, but in a lot of really bad conditions, and it's just great to hear that feedback from all the riders out there loving it. So
That's the realest feedback you're gonna get from paying customers and
And the
torrential.
plus 40 guys aren't going to lie either.
yeah,
No, and torrential downpour. Yeah, they'll tell you the honest truth either way, right? They're
Yeah.
either they're really stoked or they're not, and they will tell you both ways.
No, I've been
Yeah.
in some shops, and I know a few places. And where can people buy them? Like, you get them?
Yeah, so I have a website set up. So if you go to my just tearoff_gaskets on Instagram, you can go view shop right there, and that will bring you to tearoffgaskets.com. And all the products right there. We ship anywhere in North America for less than $5. In the States, we can get it less than $5 in 3 days. Canadian Postal Service, a little bit slower. But yeah, I have it for a wide range of goggles now, all the popular models, and constantly tinkering, changing the designs and working with it, and just trying to let it grow naturally and organically. It is 100% on myself, and obviously patents trademarks, lawyers, everything else. It was a good investment to get it started, but I'm happy with the product, and I do truly believe in it, and I think it's going to go well into the future. So hopefully we can get across the border down the road, and I can attend some GNCC races, because I have guys like Ryan Sipes and Stu Baylor, and a lot of guys like that down in the U.S. running the product and absolutely love it. Cade Clayson's used it in Supercross and on some of the muddier rounds. So
very cool.
Yeah, it's getting some traction, but it just takes some time. Yeah, maybe that's where I need to go. Head out to Shark Tank or Dragon's Den.
Dragon's Den, Canadian. That's Canadian.
Try and get some funding for it. So. But overall, at this point, I'm just trying to let it grow naturally and see where it goes in the next 3 to 5 years is kind of the plan. And hopefully at some point I can sell off a licensing agreement to some goggle companies.
You're not Dragon's Den?
That's
that's
goal.
what he's going for. So he's looking for $300,000 for 10% of his...
That would be great. That would be great.
Kevin O'Leary's actually got a cottage on my lake, so...
He owns a lake.
No, not the same lake as me.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I own a body of water. Yeah, that's that was an investment of mine.
So are you telling me, I saw them in the Gopher Dune shop. Are you saying Derek's just selling the stuff you're giving him?
Yeah, so Derek has the gaskets.
There we go.
Extreme Toys, GP Bikes, the Gopher Dunes Pro Shop, and among a few other dealers as well across the country.
So you can find them in some places?
Yeah, absolutely. But mostly right now it's just online, direct to consumer, and just doing some of the shipping and handling and stuff myself. And I have a guy in the U.S. who does all the logistics for me down there and ships it across. So it works great.
You still chasing KOMs on the daily?
Yeah, I have been a little bit. Honestly, it's pretty burnt out and tired, but trying to get out. I had a lot of good running ambitions this year, but unfortunately I had my ACL fixed September 16th a year ago. Still causing me a little bit of grief now post recovery, so my running ambitions are kind of at bay right now. So I've just been getting some time in on the gravel bike and the road bike, more specifically the gravel bike, because it's just such a riot around here to head out on that and get the miles in. So I try to do that. I would say probably a little bit of a closet trainer. Like, I do coach and train people quite a bit, but I try to keep at it quite a bit off the bike. So I don't really get a lot of seat time much these days. So I just try to keep up on my fitness off the bike, and I think that really helps, and it makes it that much more fun for me when I do come race. So. Yeah.
The first time I cycled with you, remember we were out at Allison's farm.
Yes, I remember that hill.
Alberta. Yeah, that's right.
Billy throws the tip in. You got to get your butt up on the saddle and get up on the tip of that saddle. Use those quads. So things you don't forget. So absolutely.
No, and then you got me when I was in Fernie. Remember you saw the picture of my mountain bike and I had it Ontario style.
Yeah, you had it full.
And that changed my world. I changed the next day. I was like, oh, that's better.
Yeah. So I eventually got into cycling, and when I lived in BC, I learned everything that there was to do when I lived in Abbotsford for a year. So
you called me out for the Ontario style.
Yeah,
you're in BC.
Yeah, get that saddle tipped down to hold you there. So it makes a big difference. So yeah.
Awesome. Now, okay, and another thing here before we move on to whatever, but your training stuff.
My other company is TransCan Training, where I coach riders on and off the bike. So I've been working with Parker Eels, Kyle McCorier, Davey Fraser, and some riders like that off the bike, building training programs for them, breaking it down weekly, monthly, and building them blocks and with different phases throughout the year. So just trying to give these guys the knowledge that I've learned over the years and really piecing it together for them so that there's no doubt in their program and that they can build confidence in what they're doing. So and then on top of that, obviously, I'm USMCA certified motorcycle coach as well.
That's cool.
So fully insured, licensed company, everything's as legit as it can be for that. And do a lot of coaching with everything from 50 riders to beginner riders all the way up to the pros. Obviously, working with the pros and trying to get 10ths here, 10ths there, and trying to give them more comfort on the bike. Sometimes I ride with them, ride their bikes, try to help them with their setup, get them, learning how to test a bike and get it set up for what they really need, and just try to be there for the guys and really be that coach on and off the track. And over the years, I've been in the operators union out west, running heavy equipment, pipelining, and so I also build motocross tracks. So this year I've done about 4 or 5 and lots of maintenance. So it's good. I really enjoy that aspect of it, just building from scratch and being creative and giving these people really good quality tracks to ride at their house, where they're not going to have any issues with the water, separating soil, and really building a safe track for them to practice on day in, day out, and so that these riders can kind of build that. So it's a little bit of a large package, but as we know in the motorcycle industry, a lot of us wear several hats, and I just like giving back and running that aspect of it all. So yeah.
I remember your first stint at the oil patch.
Yeah, way probably when I was at Penticton Arena Cross. Yeah, I think I was about 16 years old.
I don't think you liked it. I don't think you liked it.
No, I lasted about 3 weeks. I was 16 years old, living in the Bluebird Hotel in Innisfail along Highway 2, if anybody knows, and got homesick real quick and went back. But then you start slugging 50-pound bags of potatoes for $12 an hour, you realize that, man,
I had it pretty good.
maybe that wasn't that bad out there. So,
that's awesome.
absolutely.
Here we go. Well, that's yeah. I don't know if I could do that stuff out west.
I know it's tough. There's some cushy jobs though. I want to be the guy that just picks people up at the airport.
Yeah, there's definitely some of those for sure, and some really hard days and some long days, but it definitely instilled a good work ethic and what a real day's worth of work is, because I think I've done some days, or like some hitches of 68 days straight with, 90-hour weeks on repeat. So I don't miss those days. I'm back in Ontario full time now, which is great. My parents, I still have a house in Alberta, so I go back and forth a little bit, but generally speaking, I'm just living back in Grand Bend full time now and setting up shop here, so it's nice to be home.
Your parents are good?
Yep, everything's good there. So my mom actually just flew in tonight, and she's going to be up here Saturday, Sunday to watch me race.
Oh,
so
nice.
because I don't think they've watched me race in a long time. So
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's good to see that.
Awesome, absolutely.
Can you promise that if they want to leave early, you're not going to throw the keys in the woods?
Probably not.
How come I know too much about you?
Billy knows everything. He's been around the scene, and this is why I like the
almost wanna
coaching
hear
side
this.
of things to talk everybody off the ledge today.
Good
So,
grief,
right?
that sounds like a story, but I don't know if we need to talk about that. If that's
Yeah.
I thought that was a joke.
No, this was serious. So my dad tended to be a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction type of person over the years, and we got into it at the Medaglia's house, and my dad said we're going home before the National, and it's not a chance. So I just grabbed the keys and turfed him into the bush, and then when he wasn't looking, and needless to say, that year we stayed and raced, and had the best moto finishes all year at Sand Elise. So I think it was worth it. But lessons learned the hard way. So.
That sounds like something Derek would do. Like I just heard Tyler.
Of
Like I
course,
feel like that's
the medallion name had to be in there somewhere.
It sounds like
There's a
Tyler-
reason we got along well.
Yeah, there's some. That's a Tyler Derek thing for sure. Holy jeez,
Absolutely.
I love it. That's a great story.
Yeah. And then Tyler passing me today out there on the 450 just off the rev limiter. Blah, 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 and I'm just like, all right, Tyler, see you later. Have a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he came from way back.
Absolutely. He was riding great today.
And then Liam went with him.
Yeah.
Mm.
Liam has been very impressive this year. He just ages like fine wine, that guy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So
And
it's
then he got
unbelievable.
tangled up with Jake Piccolo today in that the Pro-Am. They
Ah.
got all stuck together.
Oh, is that I missed
Yeah,
that.
Jake
Yeah.
was pulling the bike up, and he kind of went, oh, I can't do it. And Liam's like, all right, let me try. So they had to separate the
Get
bikes.
the-
It was a bit of a have to
Nice.
step down.
Absolutely. Awesome.
All right, Dylan, well, we kind of talked about all the things you have going on. I mean, I don't know if you have any people you want to thank other than that.
Yeah, just honestly, I'd like to thank my family and friends and the people that support my companies, and of course, a long-time standing sponsor, FXR. Andy White's been great to me, and so is Milt and Don and everybody over there. I can't thank them enough, as well as Orthoflex keeping my knees in check so that I can continue to ride and race. And other than that, just myself, and of course just my parents being there supporting me when it comes to racing dirt bikes, and just always having my back and keeping me going through all the endeavors of starting new businesses and everything else. So just big thanks to all the friends and family that support me, and those people there that keep me at the track and keep me pumped on riding dirt bikes.
Cool.
Awesome. How about a tip for kids? Tip for young kids here at the TransCan. What's the number one thing you've learned?
Number one thing I would say with TransCan this year is looking ahead. Look up
Yeah.
and really pick those
yeah.
lines, because the ruts are so long, and you see guys, they'll be down ahead of them and they get caught up in the ruts. So really keeping those feet on the pegs, carrying that momentum, but mostly just looking ahead and keeping it heads up riding out there, because it
Don't stare down right there at the front of your fender.
yeah, it has a little bit of the slot car going on right now with the amount of moisture on the track, but I think the rain is behind us now, and we're going to have a really great race surface for the rest of the week to finish this out.
Nice.
Which I can't wait to sit around and watch those final pro motos on Sunday.
Yeah, that
it's
one,
gonna come down to
if
some
today
real-
was any
real
indication.
heaters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna see me sneaking around because I'm gonna be behind that bike. You gotta flip that throttle for me and then lift your hands off. I'm gonna come around and get
Yeah.
some.
We'll
Get
get
some
some
better
good,
audio.
Yeah,
good
plus
footage.
25
and some
tomorrow,
good
right?
pictures.
So-
Where are you
Yeah.
parked anyway?
Just down past staging, about 3/4 the way down, first row there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
so-
All right, I'm gonna definitely come over and pester you.
Awesome.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much, Dylan, for hanging
Yeah,
out with
I
us.
appreciate it, and to be honest, it's not far off my bedtime, so I'm gonna roll and
I
have
know
a
it's
good
not
one.
far about
Thank
any of our
you.
bedtimes.
Yeah.
Geez, it's funny. It gets dark. It's like, well, I guess that's it.
Yeah,
Smoke.
absolutely. So
I
thanks
know.
for having me, Billy and Greg.
Yeah,
Hope
thanks,
you guys
buddy.
have a great day and great rest of the week. I'll see you guys around. Thank
See you
you.
tomorrow for
Thank you
sure.
very much.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you guys.
Dylan Kaelin, everyone. Number 324. Watch for him. Listen for him tomorrow.
But number 2 in your hearts, I guess, for you especially, right?
Yeah,
Number 2,
yeah,
you just
he's-
love that.
Have a good one, guys.
See ya.
All right, we'll see ya. All right. Well, that was great. That was. I think we had some good guests. We had a good show. Really good.
Yeah, so I guess we'll kind of cover a little bit of the races
Yeah, let's
today or something. We haven't
let's
really
pick it
done
right
that.
up there. Yeah, we got to get right back.
We're running a little bit longer, but
I know
that's-
we're running a bit
that's
longer.
all right.
but It's hey, don't cost nothing.
Just grab a brew, don't cost nothing. That is my life catchphrase, I guess you'd call it.
Where were we? We left off at I think Open Junior. We talked about how TJ Scott, number 46, is going to be very difficult to beat.
Yeah, we touched on Open Intermediate with Sebastien, so that's we've covered
Yep.
that. 85, 12, 16, Dylan Rempel show again. That kid's on fire. I swear I saw like 6 different bikes with his number on it underneath that truck or around that truck. So obviously,
Such a cool program they've got, right? With the
yeah, I
guys
think
over
that's rad. I really think that's pretty cool, and he seems to be a really good kid. I don't know him well, but he carries himself really well. It's good to see the Hubert family and Thor Kawasaki getting behind him and helping him out like that, because I mean it's a cool opportunity for someone of his age to be under the truck doing that, and obviously he's done quite well, so it's good to see that.
And he's why they're here right now. I mean, he's in there. He's got Chad Goodwin there, just working away, and Christian Huber's there too, and they're out there watching. And
Yeah, it's
Chad's
good to
cruising.
see it. It's good to see it. I think that kind of shows we've had some teams go away in the last couple of years, and I think that shows that they are investing in their future too. Because obviously they're not just gonna hopefully just set them up for failure. They want them to do
Right.
well, and they want to groom them to be on a 250F in the next few years. So that's good to see.
Yeah, I think we got to get one of these young super mini kids in here, because I'm impressed with Dylan Rempel, and then behind him we got Cole Pranger, looks really
Yep.
good, obviously, and there's McGuire Iruski. Are we saying it's 995? He had a bit of a tough start, and then had some better motos later in the day. But
I saw him
man,
near the end. At the end of today, he was leading Dylan.
Yeah,
at one
yeah,
point.
yeah.
So
yeah, they had a great race there.
yeah,
for
it was
sure.
good.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, we'll try to get to. And I just kind of made a note here too, because in that exact one, Zeb Dennis and Ron Cameron, medic Ron Cameron, kids were just stuck. I was standing at the stage, and kids were just. One kid had he tried every single gear, and I was standing beside Ryan Gold. Ryan's like, "Your clutch, it's done. You're done." And the kid was like, "Hang on, let me just shift a couple more."
Jeez.
Stuff was just spewing out the poor kid. Then he had to finally push it off. But it was tough, because that was the first race small wheel bikes out there in that mud, and man. it
Oh
was,
yeah, there's number 4 moto of the day.
yeah,
I
it
guess,
was
so.
it was tough for them. But yeah, so anyway, Dylan Rempel took that, and then plus 25.
Yeah,
That's all right.
we kind of talked about that with Dylan here. So I was the Tyler Medallia show, and
He, why he's bad? He stalled off the start. Tyler stalled off the start. He said.
What a rookie.
That's why. Yeah. So
Honestly, man,
he had to come from way back, and he blasted through the field there. So that was pretty good. It
That
was,
guy's got to put it together. Like, geez, hey, if he's gonna have a successful
yeah,
career,
if he's gonna have any kind of career.
yeah, you better figure it out. Gosh, come on, T-Dags.
Plus 40A, I think number 33. Boy, I didn't write his name down. 33, 240. Anyway,
I don't know.
and
A lot
behind
of
him, so I
classes, we gotta-
apologize, guys, but and then behind him, Bill Wallen.
Yep.
And Mark Dion was there too. So that one. Moving on there, buddy. What do we got here? The younger class 85s.
Yeah, 7-11.
Yep, that was young Brenner Lamons. Good for him. He had an 18-second lead by the end of this one, so he killed it. Number 13 out there.
Yep. Yeah, I watched that moto actually. I was commentating on that one, so that was a good one. Yeah, so youth, beginner, junior, intermediate. So there is some, some thoughts. I've got some thoughts. These are just humble opinions, whatever we're gonna call them. Some of the class structures this year. We've had some heated discussions with people. There's been some opinions, whatever. I think the youth, beginner, junior, intermediate class should not exist at this point.
Oh.
I think there's too big of a gap. between beginner and intermediate to have them on the track at the same time, especially when you've got, say, half a dozen to a dozen intermediates, say they're looking for another class, a third class, whatever it may be. It's just a huge gap. And these kids are ready to go pro potentially, and then you've got beginners, which are essentially supposed to be beginners,
Right.
first year, second years, whatever it may be, out there, especially on a track like today. It was super technical, really like slot carish and stuff, and there was a lot of chaos. The track conditions were pretty gross so at that point, so I get it, but this is just one that I just don't really 100% agree on it existing. Maybe split it, maybe do something, or just figure out a different way to do it. I understand I'm not the one making the classes, but I just watched the whole thing and I just didn't really. I think it just needs to change up a little bit, and that's something maybe happen in the future. So, like I said, just an opinion, but
Right. But it was good to see number 33 Sam Matthews come out and grab the win in that. So good
yeah,
for him.
and intermediate, yep. So that's to be expected. The yellow plate to
Right.
win that. So
Behind him, Kai Sorella was behind him.
yeah, so that was a good moto. That Matthews was pretty much gone, and the track was still pretty gnarly at that point. It was definitely the Walton dirt has a tendency to start off sloppy and then turn into super tack. So it was still getting pretty tacky at that
Right, it
point.
gets worse before it gets better, obviously.
Exactly,
Hey,
yeah.
there's Dave Bell. He doesn't
Yeah,
want to talk.
there he is.
He's done all his
He's talking
talking
now.
today.
Yep.
Good job today, Dave.
Thanks.
What?
Thanks.
Oh, that was good.
He's just joking.
It's good.
Girls, we'll touch on a couple of these girls. 9 to 16. So that was the.
Malia Garant was out there on the Super Mini.
Yes, I know. And so she was having bike issues or something. So that was another one I commentated on with Kyle Thompson, actually. And she was coming by. She come up that pro step up finish line, whatever you call that thing. And as soon as she got off the gas, the bike sounded like it was going to foul plug. She nursed it
Okay.
home. And that was great from lap 1. So I don't know if her choke was on or whatever it was, but those super minis don't have the fuel injection or anything that the bigger bikes have. So yeah.
Oh, someone's birthday tomorrow? Someone's birthday tomorrow?
Mine. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you, Dave.
Look at the flies. How many flies are on the screen right now? Someone tell me. Dave, there's flies on our screen. But anyway, it must be fun to be. It must be fun to be able to go from the big bike and drop and be small enough to ride super minis. I mean, it's so much fun. So anyway, she looked great out there. She always, I think she's got one of the best styles in the ladies class. I mean, she's throwing her leg, always lifting her leg.
Yeah, I watched her on the
control
250F, and I didn't know she was riding the little bike as well. So that was news to me as of today. So that was interesting to see that. But yeah, she killed it and nursed that bike home. So Schoolboy 1 was the was it TJ Scott?
Yeah, it was
TJ Scott
yeah.
again, number 46.
TJ's.
I mean, kind of wire to wire on that one.
Blake Davies, all the way from BC, out there in second place, and
Yep.
then Hayden Jameson. So
Yeah, and then let's kind of get through.
yeah.
to go
Sorry,
through.
we
Yeah,
only
can't go to
let
everybody.
get to bed here.
Yeah, all 20 people watching. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, I mean, 250 intermediate, Sebastien Racine again. Guy's been kind of the class of the field for the most part in that intermediate class with Wyatt Kerr, obviously doing quite well. And then Peyton Morningstar with him too. So I mean, it's kind of the usual suspects for the most part.
Yeah, Zach Eufemzeff.
Yeah, Zach Newsom. Yeah, how do you say that?
Eufemzeff. It's Russian. It's Russian.
Eufemzeff. Okay. Okay, so then we've got 250 Junior again, TJ Scott, same guys again. Ladies.
TJ also in their third place though, number 49. I want to get him on the show. Maybe we'll get him tomorrow if he's got time.
Oh yes, yeah, I watched that moto. Yeah.
The number 49, Brendan Schofield. Congratulations to him. He's the Loretta Lynn's champ on the 450C class down there, so that's cool. We'll try to get him. I went down, tried to get him, see if he had time tonight, and of course someone there goes, he's on the gate, because what happened was we got finished and then we had to do some of the motos that got canceled, so he was on the line, and I'm like, oh, oops.
I don't actually. Didn't they move them to Saturday, or they didn't? I didn't hear the official confirmation on that.
Well, maybe it was 250 Junior on the. They did 250 Junior.
Yeah, they must have added that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so going through ladies, 50C GP. I mean, great to see those kids out there on that track because that was treacherous even for big bikes. So for them to get around, good for them. Schoolboy 2, Sebastien Racine, Wyatt Kerr, and then Peyton Morningstar. So that was, like I said, usual suspects. Those are the top three guys you kind of expect. These flies are everywhere. Pro-Am. Okay, so Pro-Am. So this is another one. This is kind of
this one we need to talk a little bit about. Now.
Yeah, we definitely need to touch on this. Fast class. I mean, it looked like a national out there. It was cool to see the two guys, like our 250 guys versus some 450 guys. Really kind of setting up to be, pretty good battles. The track was At that point, it was pretty tough for these guys. There was a lot of slot car racing. A lot of them, I heard some feedback. It wasn't ideal. Could have been touched on a little bit of grooming and whatnot. I don't know. How do we get this thing gone? Like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
with
no,
this.
we have no help here, folks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't have a broom in my hand either. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and,
I'll ignore it. I can't.
Yeah. So anyway, so it was good to see that. Big gate too. Big gate, like full gate, pretty much,
Yeah.
or close to it. There's
Yeah,
a lot of
surprising amount of pro guys are racing all week.
35. 35 signed up, so I don't know if they actually. So that's pretty much a national moto. A little bit of cat and mouse, a little bit of dicing between Cole and Dylan again. I mean, they've kind of picked up where Deschambault ended, and I don't really know what to.
Well, I'm gonna have to talk to Dylan because it was really strange. Because Cole Thompson got out front, Dylan was closing in on him. Dylan made a pass in front of the mechanics area around the outside, pulled a tear off as he went by, and I turned my head for a second, and I was standing by Jim Scott, and Jim said, "Whoa, Cole's back out front again." So I didn't see what happened.
So I saw it. So
Oh,
I
you
was
did?
so I was at the moto afterwards, and I was watching it, and then I actually talked to Dylan afterwards because I was talking to
Okay.
mechanic Justin about some mapping issues we're having.
He's going on a trip. Need some maps.
Yeah, exactly. Map quest, please. So Dylan made the pass. Cole came up before the pro finish line step up and parked him. Came way wide and absolutely parked him. It's racing. I'm not gonna say it's necessary, not necessary. It's guys two of the top 450 guys in Canada going at it. So you want to do whatever you got to do. And then there's off the face of the step up, there's some stuff going on and things like that. So Dylan completely let Cole go.
He almost looked like he was looking over his shoulder. I thought he was going to pull off. I thought he was done. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, he was over it. Like I said, just having casual conversation with
Okay.
Dylan. He said he was like, no, I just gave him the space and he reeled him back in.
James Stewart, Chad reeded him.
Yeah, he did. And that was pretty cool to see. And yeah, so Cole was, really wanted this Pro-Am win. He's a racer. I love that about him and go for it. But, Dylan came back and got him right near the end. So
Yeah, again on the outside. He went around after the amateur finish line, around the outside before he jumped the tunnel jump. He went around the outside there. And
yeah, as
was able to
MM
take
says,
the win.
around the outside.
Two
Around the
trailer
outside.
park girls, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. 2 trailer park girls around the outside.
But in third place, number 18 on the 250, young Ryder McNabb came from way back as well. He made a whole bunch of passes, 450s, 250s, everything, and ended up third. So
Yeah, it was one of those things. Shout out to, I guess, because I'm, PRMX this week has been with Julian a lot, but his rider Tyler Gibb. Gibb and I.
yeah, he was out front.
Gibby and I were talking on the line. He goes, he's like, I'm just gonna cruise the first couple laps, like not really
Yeah,
push
right.
it. Well, he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna, it looks really kind of dicey out there. I'm just gonna take it easy, and then he ends up like almost hole shotting the thing, and he's up front.
Up in second place.
Yeah, so
He's a good starter. He's a really good starter. He's had a whole bunch of good starts already.
Yeah, so he obviously had to up his level pretty quick. So anyways, unreal, and it was good to see that. I wish I wasn't on the line because I could have actually paid more attention and watched the whole thing. But
yeah, we were glued. I was standing in Dave Bell Tower watching that one there with Jim Scott, and it was we were just
sure
like,
the-
what? We were
yeah.
just back and forth, just watching.
I'm sure the fences were lined for that one for sure.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll see what happens in the next moto because
There's 2 more.
yeah,
Yeah, they got 2 more.
we can only watch one at a time. Though.
No, but I mean they got 2 more, so that's we'll see what.
We'll see what happens. I mean, it looks like I think we all know Dylan's got everybody covered this year with speed.
Yeah.
So it was just interesting to see how that went down. I let you spoke with him. I didn't get a chance to. So
Yeah, we're just guys were talking about it. I just said it was
Yeah.
what happened there, and he just
yeah. I'll see if I can
That's
grab
pretty
Cole. See what he says too. All right, next what up? 30B, your moto.
30B. Yeah, so the plus 30 class this year is one of the most talked about classes, I think, and not because I'm in it, that's for sure, but just a lot of parity, a lot of like fast guys. Like we talked about the plus 30B class. I think actually Donk made a good joke. He said this looks like an intermediate moto from like mid 2000s or so.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
There's a lot of really fast guys in it that have obviously they're not the speed they once were, but they're still fast dudes. Simsy and Donk and even like Conster and there's a lot of guys. Devin Train. I mean, I saw like Nate Fazio's name in there. Like I remember him from way back.
Oh, yeah.
There's some fast dudes, and it's like I said, I'm not saying anything about the track negative, but the track was pretty gnarly at this point in the day. It hadn't been touched in a long time, and the start straight was really gnarly. Having 30 guys come around that first corner into that many ruts. It was dicey. I saw Donk go from hard right all the way hard left and pretty much off the track, and And that could have been pretty sketchy for a lot of guys, and it was just something that kind of set the tone for the race.
He had a tough fall earlier in the day too.
Yeah, I did. So I'm glad to see Donk's okay, and we talk about him a lot because he's a real personable guy and a real character. So I'm glad to see he's okay, because I saw that whole thing, and I thought for sure he was done. Like, and other guys were going to crash too. So it was just not a good scene. Obviously came back to, I believe, 7th in that one. So Devin Train's leading the overall right now, 2-1. It's going to be coming into it. I obviously had a real piss poor attitude going into it earlier today because it was just muddy and I just wasn't really having it, and I decided with like 4 motos to go, I was just going to race. I didn't even tell anybody.
Sun came out.
I just decided I wasn't even going to tell anyone. I came over and told you right before the race that I did.
There's another reason he's not going to touch on.
What's that? Oh yeah, and but I decided to go ahead and do it, and it was fun to get. It was fun. The track was super gnarly, and I mean, kids, you're coming here to race Walton, practice your ruts, and I mean practice them on the worst, hardest packed days, because today at 5:30 it was for that moto. They were hard packed. There was huge bumps going in and out of these ruts, and I was all over the place, just surviving. And
because it was so muddy to start, you couldn't go finding lines because you'd just be in there still wet.
The line was about as wide as, or the track seemed to be about as wide as a couch at this point. So, it was just one of those things. But it was really cool to get out there and finish that moto, and no real bike issues or anything like the first one. But yeah, it was great to see that. So, plus 30 is...
And there is no 30A, so that people are...
No, there is no 30A. 30B is considered... there's a reason for B, from what I was told, is because you cannot be a former pro and race in B. That is the idea. That is the reasoning behind it, from what I was told. And that's the reason why. So there is no 30A. So if
you're a former pro over 30, you race 25?
And that's what happened last year. Yep. So if you're a former pro, or you've raced pro nationals, and you are going to race in a vet class, you race plus 25. I don't know why they don't make a plus 30A, whatever, but it's just what it is. So that's why there is a plus 25 and a plus 30B. So so anyways, that's enough about.
And 30C was Connoisseur. Am I saying that right? K-O-N.
No, that was Zach Concert.
No, not it's a different name. 993.
Oh, I don't know. I was racing that one, so I think
he took a C class and win anyway. But
I think he was. Okay. I think I saw him actually staging with the yellow bib, so that would make sense.
Right. And then 65, 7 to 9. I mean, we all expect obviously little Alec Guadano to get out there, and he did.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of guys kept going down. He fell down. Right after him, the lead went to Braxton Zeitner, and then he went down, and then it just guys took turns. So the young guys had a tough go there, but in the end, it was Guadano took it.
Yep.
Followed by little Tala Medalia.
Yep.
The most active kid
Tiny
on the bike.
G-Dags.
Most active kid you're ever going to see riding a bike.
Yep.
Man, he loves it.
Yeah, he's all over it. And
Braxton Zeitner was 3rd.
Yep. Yeah, it's cool to see, and it's funny. Is Derek Medalia kind of mentioned something. His words. He goes, "Talon last year he sucked," and that was his words. But to see how far he's come in a year is amazing. Like he's a totally different racer, totally different kid.
Does well in the woods too.
Yeah, I mean he's just like when your dad is Tyler and your grandpa's Derek. You've got
let's not forget the cook side.
No, the cook side of course, but I'm just talking about that direct line there. Yeah, and then there's obviously the cook side of things with Mitch and Heidi, and I mean he's got the best bloodline you can pick, I think, for Canadian motocross.
Just try to stop him from being a motocross champ.
Yeah, exactly. So no, Talon, good to see him, and he, like I said, he's completely changed from last year.
All right, and then Super Mini, of course, everybody's always looks forward to the Super Mini racing. Again, Dylan Rempel took that one, but that's when Iruski got out first. 995 got out first. Then Rempel got by him there heading into the 9 Commandments. I heard Dave call them the Dirty Dozen. There's 9. I don't know where he's going.
Who knows?
Yeah, but anyway, the 9. You know what I'm talking about. So he got by him there and took the win ahead of Iruski, and then number 50. I'm gonna miss. What's his name? Some SIL at the end. Oh boy, I'm blanking on it. Anyway, a kid from a little bit west of here. I believe he might be a Manitoba kid or Alberta. Boy, sorry. Hassel.
It's been a day.
H-A-S-I-L. It has been a day. We haven't had dinner yet, but congratulations to him for. Looks really good. Looks fast. Very fast up there. So, then what do we have next? There.
65s and 250 classes. So that was it.
All right, 65. That's Eric Bergeron. Eric Bergeron, hockey player. Jonathan Bergeron. He's the kid to beat there. I don't think anybody's going to beat him. He looks really good in that class. He took the win there, and then the 250 junior, as we said there, that was that we saw. I missed the 50s. It was getting very
Yeah.
late in the day.
And I think they actually put some of them on they made the 50 track again.
Okay.
So there's you're easy to miss because there's kids on PWs over there and stuff. So I think they did have them over there. I did see a lot of 50 kids congregating.
Okay, and then
behind
as
the
we
stage.
say, it was getting very close to 7:30, so we kind of had to come over here and get ready to kind of get our people in here to get ready for our chats and stuff. So we missed some races, so apologize for not talking about those. But they were, as you heard when we started, they were still racing. So last one we saw was a 250 Junior again. TJ Scott, man, bronze boot. He's size him up. Check his toe length.
Yeah, he's ready to go. Yeah, it seems to be. He's riding 2 strokes, 4 strokes, 250s, 350s, I think too. I think he's even on a 350. I think that's something.
Yeah, he's on a bunch of Husqvarnas, but they all look different. They're all it's interesting.
Yeah, yeah. There's no team ideology there, but yeah, killing it and you did well. So that was and Schofield was second on that one.
Schofield was second, and then Ness was third in that one.
Yep, there we go.
As I saw it, anyway, as I was loading up the tent and packing up the van. But that brought us to the end of the day. That's Thursday. Tomorrow we've got Friday. We're going to head into, I guess we're probably going to hit a third moto there tomorrow. Probably 250 Intermediate's going to have a third moto maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, I have third moto too on
No,
tomorrow.
third moto. So there's going to be some champions. We'll start taking podium photos. I've been kind of going easy on the podium shots because we're just waiting for the champions. So,
Okay.
but yeah, that'll do it, man. That was a great show. Thanks, Greg. I thought we had a good time there. The guests were awesome. We'll line up some good ones for tomorrow. Thank you very much to FXR Moto for helping us out. And unless you can think of something else, I think it might be dinner time and then bedtime.
Yeah, I'm pretty smoked to be honest with you. It's a long day in the sun and a lot of efforts. Getting inside the top 20 in the plus 30 class. It's man, I tell you, it's like I should have been training for this one.
It's
all good.
Fine. It's more fun this way. But I think we just got a message from Mel saying there is some food out there for us, so I think we're going to go take advantage of that. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, and man, to all you racers out there, good luck tomorrow and Saturday, and hope your races are good. We'll see you guys later.